Well, hello. We are in video 3 of chapter 4. This is about ATP and energy. Now, energy is simply the capacity to do work, change something or do work. But in general, it's the capacity to do work. And that's what we're going to look at is the main way our body stores and releases energy. Now, energy comes in many types: heat, light, sound, electrical energy, mechanical energy, and chemical energy. Now, chemical energy is our main type of reaction, but as we have a reaction, we'll see that a lot of the energy is going to be released as heat, even though we're talking about chemical energy. So, chemical energy is held in chemical bonds, and the main molecule of energy we have is this thing called ATP. We're going to look at it a little bit. But anyway, the chemical energy in a cell usually comes through the process of breaking down glucose. We call it oxidation. You don't have to know that from me right now. Oxidation is when you're losing electrons. But oxidation of glucose, breaking down glucose, in a process we're going to look at in another video called cellular respiration. Now, in cellular respiration, we release the chemical bond energy when the molecules are being broken down, and it is stored in this ATP, which is our molecule of energy. Now, again, it says that less than half of the energy is captured and put into this. Over half of it is released as heat, which is why our body temperature is at where it is. 98.6 is generally higher than most people's room temperature stuff. But this molecule, ATP, is pretty amazing. Now, again, ATP, the T in it stands for triphosphate. There's 3 phosphates on it. So when we are looking at it, it contains these 3 phosphates in a chain. And it's going to go back and forth from ATP down here at the bottom to ADP. All right, it's that 3rd phosphate that is the issue. And so it uses it as it makes that bond, that triple phosphate bond, to move and then go to the different areas where it needs to be released, and it causes movement and some sort of energy. Now, again, the 3rd ATP is really the high energy bond. This one says the first and the end one and the second are both, but really the one we're concerned about is this ATP. ADP is adenosine diphosphate. So there's 2 phosphates on this one. And so this ADP is relatively stable. We add the 3rd phosphate on it to form an unstable bond, and a molecule is called ATP. Then when it breaks down and goes back to ADP, then the energy is released. So we call this converted going back and forth. We call it cellular respiration. This isn't how it looks. It's kind of funny. Should have got rid of this slide probably. But this is that high energy bond that makes it unstable, and then it breaks, and then now we're back down to ADP. This is kind of showing the cycle going back and forth. We use this to produce energy. It breaks down, energy is transferred. Most of it is heat. We lose the phosphate. Back down to ADP. When we need ADP, we put on this 3rd phosphate to form it, move it where it needs to go, breaks down, and the cycle repeats. I hope that makes sense. Everybody have a great day.